game.
But it did get pretty hot out there.
I know. Hey, what happened to my drink?
What do you mean?
The ice is gone. Did you take it?
No, I was playing on the court with you, remember?
What do you think happened to the ice cube?
That ice didn't get stolen. I bet it just melted.
Melted?
It's pretty warm out there, and that glass is sitting out in the sun.
Maybe I should put it in the shade.
What's wrong?
I think you're right. My drink tastes really watery now. The solid ice must have melted into the liquid water in the drink because of the sun's heat.
And if we left it out here for a day or two, all the water in the drink might disappear.
You mean it would evaporate into a gas in the air? I just thought of something.
What's wrong now?
Do you think that other solids besides ice can melt into liquids? Is ice the only thing that can melt? What else can you think of that changes when you add heat?
Sure, lots of things can melt. Remember when you left your box of crayons in the car last summer?
Oh yeah, that was a huge mess.
It was, but you sounded worried. Is there a problem?
Yes, because if other things can melt, then my candy bar must have melted too.
Yikes, that's pretty liquidy.
Maybe we could put the chocolate in the freezer and eat it later.
You mean we could unmelt the chocolate?
Sure, if you remove heat, a liquid can turn back into a solid, like when you make ice in a freezer from the liquid water. I think it would work with chocolate too. It might be a funky shape once it freezes, but it will probably taste the same.
Okay, I'll go put this in the freezer. Hope this works. So I really hope that works.
Sure it will. We do it all the time in my house. Like when my mom and I make popsicles in the summer.
How do you do that?
Well, we blend up the fruit we want to use with some juice.
That sounds tasty.
After that, we pour it into these special popsicle containers.
Wow, that is so cool. How do they go from liquid smoothies to solid popsicle?
We just put them in the freezer. After a couple hours, the liquid freezes, and that's how we get popsicles.
So if our chocolate works the same way, we've got to wait a while.
Yeah, want to see a picture of the doghouse we built while the chocolate's freezing?
Of course I do.
We made a place to put the house with concrete powder. Once you add water, you can pour it, but when it sits out for a while, it hardens into a strong solid. Then we started the house with some plain lumber that my dad picked out. He used the saw to cut everything to the right length. Then my brother and I used sandpaper to make the ends of the piece smooth.
I guess there are other ways to change things besides melting and freezing them.
For sure, we used nails to hold the boards together, and then glued on these special tiles to make the roof waterproof. We had to choose each material carefully, but it came out pretty well.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's been a while now. Do you want to check on the chocolate?
Okay, I'll go get it. Pretty cool. It worked.
Did it work?
Yeah, but I was wondering what other materials we could combine or change by adding or removing heat.
Do you have something specific in mind?
What if we melted chocolate and added some milk and froze it? Do you think we'd get ice cream?
There's only one way to find out. Let's just make sure it's okay first.
Why don't you test some things out too? Wish us luck, and we'll see you next time.